one of the best bands on the planet, one of our favorites, Whiskey Myers. We got Cody and John here. What's going on, guys? Been a long time. Was trying to kind of remember because we had you in the office for Wes's. I'm in Colorado now, and that was well before the Yellowstone stuff, where you guys have been featured quite a few times. Then also, I don't know if we've talked to you guys since Soldier Field, and you guys took care of us better than anybody's ever taken care of us. We've talked about this on the podcast. We thought we were going to be in the nosebleeds in Soldier Field. We get our tickets and we're in a suite. We're in a suite with William Clark Green and a bunch of other cool guys, and he was wasted. We told him about it on the podcast recently, but
see, that was actually us punishing you.
We told him. He's like, "Oh man, sorry, I don't even remember." But amazing, and I wanted to ask about that because that had to have been one of the most surreal, unexpected phone calls or messages you guys ever received to open for the Stones at an NFL stadium with it.
Yeah, for sure. I guess surreal would be the right way to say it. You know, it's one of those things. It doesn't really get any better than that. It's just as high as you can go, in my opinion, especially for openings for somebody. Jamie, our bass player, put it the best. He said we could go back and headline and sell out Soldier Field, and it still wouldn't be as cool as opening for the Stones at Soldier Field. So I think that says it best.
Yeah.
You guys
nowhere there.
Sorry, John, go ahead.
I just said there's nowhere to go from there. It pretty much tops it, man.
Yeah.
And for you guys, I feel like you told us after the show, or one of you did, that like Mick and the boys were like a little weird about taking photos and stuff, and it was like, hey, here's one photo, you can take it, don't share it or something like that.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us have it for a long time. Like, it took forever to get it. So we couldn't have the photo until, I mean, we hung out with them and talked to them for a little bit. They were cool as shit, but
yeah,
it took a while to get that photo. Eventually we were like, hey, we're going to need that picture. It's really cool. But I guess we couldn't do it until after their tour was over, maybe. So we couldn't release any photos or something. It was a little different, but they were still cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys have on July 29th the new album Tornillo. Released 2 songs so far, John Wayne and Antioch, right? Is that pronounced right?
Tornillo.
Wait
Damn
a minute. We were talking about it before. I'm like, oh, this is Tornillo. It's like the pronunciation is how I would normally say it. And I Google it. I'm like, oh, it's a place in Texas, right? And then the recording on Google was like, how do you say words? And it said Tornillo. I'm like, oh, because I had somebody else's name wrong from Texas, from Pecos in the Rooftops. I call them Pecos. I'm like, these Texas words are kind of really throwing me off. So it is Tornillo.
Yeah.
Tornillo. July 29th. Really cool so far. The project itself, though, I think you guys mentioned wanting to do a little more horns and a little bit of a different sound, but still like who you guys are. What was the process like, kind of putting the album together, writing the songs? Where'd you record it? Different, or kind of how you guys would typically go about an album?
No, I figured it was about the same. I mean, we've self-produced the last album. So, and we turned around and did it, another one. So we kind of kept the same groove that we used on the last one, because we were happy how it turned out. We went into with the same mindset that on the white one was like, well, let's go try to self-produce it. And if it sucks, then we'll ask somebody to come help us. But we ended up thinking it didn't suck. So I think we just kind of went into the same mindset,
Yeah.
Yeah, we always go in pretty open. We're never too heavy, going in with a certain picture. I would say the horns, probably we had it in the back of our mind doing it. I know even in the writing process, I was just kind of hearing that in a lot of the songs, and it was something that we always wanted to do. But far as just the basic recording and kind of getting down to the nitty gritty, we always go in there and just do our thing.
Does some of the songs kind of come together in the studio, or do you have like a good idea of what you're doing before you head in, as far as like the guitar parts more? Maybe that's more of a question for John or so, but
no. It's both. Yeah. So like Cody would have something written and he's already got it kind of mapped out a little bit, but we still go in there and we get in a circle you know, there's a magic that happens in the studio that you can't replicate. You know what I mean? So you can do all the pre-production in our eyes. You know, everybody does it different, but you know, you can pre-produce as much as you want to, but there's something magical whenever you get in there and get in a circle and hammer it out. You figure new shit out. You know, songs change on the fly whenever you're in there. We enjoy doing it that way.
And this was at the Sonic Ranch. Was that where you guys did the self-titled album too?
Yeah.
Is that kind of a magical room, or did you guys do your other records there? Because I know
No,
Kyle
we-
likes to work out of Nashville usually, and you did some records with him too.
No, we did these last two there. It's an amazing place. It's in Tornillo, Texas. It's a national record. It's just an amazing place. Got super amounts of vibe. We use the same room. It's a big room called the Neve room. It's got a giant Neve console. It's got great drum sounds, kind of the big rock sounds in that room. So we went back and did it the same way. But it's an amazing studio.
Awesome.
There's like
Is that-
7 studios on that property.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
5
You go out there and you,
There's a bunch.
yeah, you get your own room. You kind of bury yourself in the music. You know, nobody's got TVs. There's only one TV, I think, on the whole entire property. It's like 3,500 acres. But yeah, you bury yourself in the music. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. And as I'm sure you guys have seen, we did the March Madness for people's favorite album from 2000 to 2010. You guys won with Firewater. You guys beat out Tyler Childers. Your fans, which we know because we are your fans as well, but man, they don't mess around. They saw you guys in this little bracket thing that we had, and they shared the shit out of that stuff and fan groups and Facebook pages, and you guys ended up running away with it, if I'm not mistaken, Wes, right? They were like,
Yeah. Well, and your guys' run too, like the very first round you were up against Ko Wetzel and his first album, or maybe a sophomore album, but like, and then Turnpike, Cody Jinks, Eric Church, Tyler Childers, and like your fans just showed up, and Firewater voted the, you know, #1 album from 2010 to present, like among Whiskey Riff fans. But like, I mean, we had hundreds of thousands of votes, and it's, I don't know, a testament to your guys' fan base and kind of, you know, what you put together on that record. And is that your most favorite award you've ever won?
I was gonna say, when we win, man.
I think it might be the only award we've ever won.
but that you guys see it. I mean, you know how your fans are, right? It's, you got to pinch yourself sometimes, right? The passion that they come out with and how much they support you guys through the years.
Yeah, everybody says it. You know, everybody says the same. It's like, oh, our fans are the best. You know, it gets kind of cliche to a point.
Sure.
I feel like we really do have a hardcore set fan base that's pretty relentless, man. They ride with us. You know, they're kind of ride and die. We love them.
And I think that's a big missing thing. We've talked about this kind of theme, so to speak, on the podcast a bunch of times, but with the TikTok, and you know, you get a viral song on TikTok, next thing you know, somebody's got a record label, but they couldn't sell 25 seats at a coffee shop, but they get a record deal. That's kind of the world we're living in these days. It's got to feel kind of good knowing the grassroots building it and building it and building it. Do you guys pay attention a little bit to what's going on with like social media and the way I obviously your song "Bitch" is amazing, kind of calling out some of that stuff, but you try to just kind of stay focused and not even pay attention to the noise of the shit, literal shit that's out there when it comes to music in the mainstream, I should say.
Yeah, I keep my blinders on, man. I don't look at nothing or worry about what anybody else is doing. It ain't gonna change what I'm doing anyway, so I really don't give a damn what's going on. Maybe you should, you know, but I don't.
I think that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, I try not. I don't really keep up with it, but I try to just to, you know, flip it on TV if something's on, you know, just to see what the fuck is going on. But you know, Cody's got the right idea, in my opinion.
We haven't tried your guys' bourbon yet, right? Red Handed is the name of it.
You haven't tried it?
We haven't tried it. You guys got to send us some. We're big bourbon lovers here, and we were just talking on a call earlier about, I was like, it's one of the few liquors where I feel like I could just put it down consistently, drink half a bottle or more, and like wake up feeling pretty okay compared to like gin or some of this other stuff. But
I bet if you drank a bottle, you wouldn't wake up feeling okay.
Not a whole bottle, but if you pace yourself throughout the day with some good stuff. But was that something you guys always wanted to get involved in? Obviously, your name has the word in it, but which I imagine as you guys got big, you got a lot of people coming at you because of your name. Hey, we got this whiskey, right? This is because it kind of has that easy marketing kind of compatibility. But this one was different, right? I think I saw a video where it just kind of clicked.
Yeah, we go ahead, Cody.
You got it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're saying, man, we've had a lot of stuff thrown at us over the years. I think we just had to wait till, something was right and something that we believed in. And now that one, it's actually racking up a bunch of awards and shit. So it's
Nice.
going to be a pretty good one. It's an everyday drinker, but I think we might do some special one-offs on a couple of special blends that we'll probably come out with soon. But it just seemed right. I mean, the name's whiskey,
Right. Yeah.
We
to jump on something that kind of represented us pretty well in our music,
we didn't have a podcast. I guess this is a couple years ago, and we were kind of thinking about like, we're just doing with Wes and myself, and let's try to do something different, funny. So we went and got Florida Georgia Line's dog shit whiskey. That's like, it's like an sweet orange flavored fireball, sweet, like
Bullshit.
clawingly sweet.
It's terrible.
And we drank like the whole bottle on the podcast, and it was just like miserable. But it was like, it made for like a funny kind of recording. What I've noticed in country music, mainstream or not, is everybody wants to jump on it. Oh, they saw George Clooney sell the tequila company for $1 billion or whatever. We got to make something. But it seems like you guys actually cared about the process and the quality.
Did you have to
just
did you try like a zillion different kinds of bourbon to find the recipe you were looking for? Or how did the process work?
Oh, that's trade secrets, man.
Yeah, but we definitely
Cody's making it in his backyard. That's why he doesn't have a Twitter.
Dude, he's in the hotel. We're in Mexico.
Yeah,
we're down here sourcing ingredients on the beach.
Yeah. Tequila's next. You're gonna go hang out with The Rock and
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna be tequila Myers.
We didn't jump on that wagon. You know what I mean? That wasn't the objective. We didn't see other people doing it, and we were like, hey, we didn't really actively pursue that kind of thing.
Right.
It's been thrown at us a million times, but we weren't active on it until the fit, and it kind of just it kind of organically was created.
Yeah, it was just the right partnership. When we really like Treaty Oak, and we like the vibe of the people and their company, and so it was just one of those things that kind of happened. I don't know if we weren't actively searching for anything, but it was just if the right opportunity came along, it was something that we'd want to jump on.
Coffee too, right? You guys are.
That's what John's doing at the beach right now. He's out there looking for coffee beans.
Yeah, looking for coconuts, man. Snoop coconut blend.
How does the coffee process differ from the whiskey kind of process? You trying a bunch of coffees too, and
because that seems like fun, but not as fun. Taste testing the coffee.
Texas pecan is just good.
Yeah.
Texas pecan, man. It's I don't know if y'all have tried it, but you need to get a bag of that too. It's pretty addictive.
Yeah, we got to talk to Eddie West.
Yeah, we got to.
What the fuck is going on?
He send y'all a gift basket. He should already have that to you right now to talk about it.
Oh,
What an idiot.
you guys did send an awesome gift. And when I moved to Colorado and I kind of got my office set up here, right here, I have one of the things you guys sent us with a little like Whiskey Riff label. That thing was awesome. So thanks again for that. I don't, you guys might not even know you sent it, but
I also got the autographed mud vinyl behind me too, with the original headdress art.
You got the headdress. That's cool, man. Hang on to that. There's not very many of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna hawk it on eBay. No, I'm kidding. No, I love that. Sometimes I take it home just to listen to it, and then I bring it back and hang it up there, and it sits right there at the top.
I don't even know if all of us have that one.
Yeah,
I got it.
You do? I know I got one. I'm not sure how many prints there were of it. That was wasn't that during the time when they were doing the whole Redskin thing or something? Something was going on.
Yeah, it was because the flack for cultural appropriation is the Yellowstone, which we talked about at the beginning. We have the #1. You guys are on the cover.
Yeah.
Spotify has its own official Yellowstone playlist, that I think they made after they saw ours went through the moon. And we have, I think, twice the followers. What do we have? What's like 130,000?
130,000 or something like that. Yeah.
You guys are the cover. That show and what it's done for amazing music. I think it's been pretty cool to see. It's
Shane
pretty unheard of.
Smith.
Yeah.
Who you guys
We
got?
had him on recently, and what was that like? That must have been a surprise. You're like, oh, cool, we're gonna be on a show. But did you expect kind of the reaction when your song started getting played there to kind of, because I even had like my wife's dad be like, do you watch Yellowstone, before I even started watching it? And then I think Stone, or one of the songs that came out first, then he's like, do you know what this song is? Like, holy shit. And then that's when I started getting into it, when I found out that the music was being used for the show.
Yeah, same.
What was the process like, learning, oh, okay, cool, we're gonna be on the show, and then actually seeing the reaction had to have been kind of holy shit, because a lot of artists have said the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty overwhelming, pretty life changing. We never had an opportunity to have a platform to reach millions and millions of people at one time. You know, I mean, you have social media and stuff, but it's just different, you know, than to be on everybody's TV at once. So we just never had that format ever. And then to get the reaction that, you know, that we had, it was just humbling, and you're honored to kind of get that. We didn't go into it though thinking anything, man. Honestly, we just thought we were going to get to meet Kevin Costner.
Right.
We, you know, Taylor Sheridan, I talked to him on the phone, and he kind of told me what the show was about and who was on it and stuff. And I was like, well, you know, this sounds pretty cool. And then, you know, we were talking about it, and we're like, hey, let's go do it. You know, maybe we'll get to meet Kevin. Hey, he wasn't even there, but it worked out really good. It was a good career move, but we were just happy to be a part of it. It's amazing that everybody kind of gravitated to it. It was just, I guess, the right moment, right show, right song, right band.
Yeah. No,
Sorry. That was a crazy thing. Go ahead.
well, and speaking of kind of, you know, just the explosion you guys had, Red Rocks coming up. What's it like to play a venue like that? Is that kind of like a bucket list venue for you guys?
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. And we filled out for a long time. You know, none of us haven't even been to it. So we all kind of vowed, you know, I think we've had opportunities to go, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. Nobody's been there until the first time we headlined it. So
Awesome. That was Red Rocks West. Sorry, I missed it with the dog. Yeah, I just went there like a month ago. I live like 30 minutes away. Well, took the kid there for the first time. You go on the weekend, people are doing like yoga classes, and you can go on the stage and like kids like climb around the rocks. And I actually haven't seen a show there. I've been there twice, but just to kind of hang out and hike and work out and stuff. I mean, pretty amazing. And I imagine that setup too, when you feel like the crowd's on you a little bit, it's kind of, for you guys and your energy of your show, second to none. You kind of feed off of that, right? The crowd being that close, and
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. We feed off a lot of crowds, you know. If everybody's sitting down and not, you know, sitting down, we'd prefer everybody to be standing up, raising hell.
Yeah. Going nuts.
Have you ever played a show where you were just like, God damn it, like, what do I got to do to get this crowd moving? Like, kind of like a lame duck crowd.
Yeah.
Well, we've had, we've had some people on the podcast too, where maybe off the podcast, they've told us about venues, and it's like, you go to like a suburb of a big city or some venue, and it's these 45-year-old moms drinking like martinis, and you're just trying to get the crowd crazy, and you're just like, hello, we're on stage. And it just never like facilitates itself into like full throttle energy. You kind of now being like road warriors for so long that, nah, I don't want to play there, or yeah, that I like it over there. You kind of know now, or
it kind of depends. I think our crowds for the most part are really energetic, but sometimes you just get the right people, and they're still rocking, but they're not, you know, completely letting loose like you want. So I don't know if we've necessarily blackballed any specific location or anything like that.
I know comedians will talk about getting like corporate gigs where like they'll get hired by like Chase Bank or whatever to go play for like all the executives. And they're just like, this is like pulling teeth. Like nobody's laughing. You just sit there and Rogan says eating plates of shit. Just.
Do you guys do any private shows like that here and there?
Very,
few.
very seldomly.
Yeah, very seldom.
Yeah.
Back in the
No, we
day, I
did
mean,
one. We did one last year, but everybody was really excited to be there. It still was different because it wasn't, a sold out place because it was just they had the House of Blues or whatever in Vegas, just for their employees. But the employees were really cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we had to do like weddings and stuff. We don't do that shit at all.
I can't picture you guys doing a wedding.
oh, they're awful. I mean, it's right whenever we were in a suburban first starting out, but we
Yeah.
knew immediately. It's like, all right, no more fucking weddings. You got people coming up asking you to play bullshit.
Can you play Jason Aldean?
Yeah, that kind of stuff for sure.
There was a tweet going viral where somebody just asked, like, what's your favorite song with a one-word title? There's obviously a bunch of different options from all genres, but I actually saw Bitch coming up a lot from our followers as that song. And I think we talked about that a little bit the last time you guys were in, but do you guys have a song specifically that fans kind of, maybe it's not even your biggest quote unquote hit, that you feel like the fans are always bringing up? Because for me, Bitch, when I need to get a little jacked up on the drive to the gym or something, it's still to this day a go-to for me.
Yeah.
You guys have a favorite song or a song that fans kind of always kind of come back to? Ballad of a Southern Man, obviously, is one that we've Stone.
Speaking of one-word songs.
Yeah. But,
Yeah. Man, John Wayne's been coming along pretty good.
nice.
We've been playing it live since we released it, and it's slowly but surely becoming one. But no, I don't necessarily have a personal favorite. I mean, we play them every night, so
You get to sing, bitch. That's got to be fun, right?
yeah. Yeah. It's more like screaming. I don't know if it's singing.
Yeah, that is
Got the voice. I just get up there and scream at everybody.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
Yeah. It's fun.
Speaking of new stuff, Antioch is the most recent release. Badass song. Pretty dark. Like, where did kind of the motivation behind that or the impetus for writing that one come from? Is that just real life? Is that storytelling? I assume it's not real life, but
I just write, man. I never have any kind of preconceived notions. I just kind of start writing and it just comes out that way. I have no idea, honestly. Sometimes in songs you can kind of have some hindsight and be like, oh, well, that's where that came from, maybe. But for the most part, no, I don't know. I just write. I write real fast too. So it's kind of this weird thing that I don't even know what it's about until it's over a lot of times. I mean, if I write a song, it's going to be really quick or I don't write it at all. So no, I just started playing and then you know,
Yeah,
you look up and it's over.
yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Do you ever go back and tweak, or is it kind of like, did we lose him for a second? I don't know if I should wait for him. Do you ever go back and tweak? Do you ever go back and tweak it, or is it more like, that's how I wrote it at the beginning, I wrote it quick, I'm staying that way?
I do now.
Yeah.
I used to not, and then I'll still like sing old songs, and then maybe there's like one or two lines like, man, I hate that line. So now I'll try to go back and fix little things like that.
Well, Stone kind of had that switch too, right? Wasn't there like a difference between the studio version and then there was like a live version where there was a different word at one point? I forget what it was.
Yeah. No, that's just me saying. I do that a lot. I sing the wrong words in the studio because I don't have like a lyric sheet or nothing, you know. I don't even write down a lot of the songs. It's just kind of random stuff. And then we'll get the mixes or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's not the right lyrics.
Usually after we're done the whole cut of the song, and then we'll come in and come and be like, oh shit, that's not the words. That's not the right words.
It's like they talk about flow state, and Cody, how you kind of talk about writing. It's just like you get locked in, you write it, it's kind of done, you're focused, goes fast. But do you have like a little bit of a certain way you like to go about it in terms of, do you like to crack a beer? Do you like to just be like focused? Like, are you drinking some Whiskey Myers coffee, or how do you like to? Because some people like, you know, people hit the weed pen or whatever. Do you kind of have like your little setup, or is it always different?
It's always different. I definitely like to be alone. I think for me, for writing, like, so I won't write all the time. Like, I won't write again until it's really too much, until it's record time. And so it's like, but then I'll just start doing it a lot, like every day, right, for maybe 3 or 4 months. and it was like you just have to be in the zone, right? So you just bang out a couple and they suck, and then but the juices start flowing, and then you have maybe there was a couple of shitty songs, but there was like 3 super super great lines in them, and then boom, they go back into your mind and you're circling, and then all of a sudden I'll just like 3 songs. Like I wrote I wrote Antioch, Wolf, and Heart of Stone all on the same day.
Yeah, like like Dolly Parton.
You know what I mean? It was like boom, 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 and then you'll go and but it took a while to get there. So for me, it's like I just got to ramp it up and really get in the zone. It's got to be something I'm just like, that's what I'm doing every day. I can't just turn it on.
You guys played Wolf live like quite a while back, right? Like maybe a year and a half ago.
I was looking at that on YouTube. I think it was almost a year ago, right? You started teasing
Maybe
it a little bit live.
I played it acoustic. Did we ever play it full band?
No, I would think it was an acoustic.
I think it was
that I did
acoustic.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that one on the track list, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like that. That's a good one." I'm fired up. Where did that one? Where would kind of that one come from, or did it just another one that just fell out of you?
No, like I said, I wrote all them songs in the same day, so there was just a point where you're just kind of in there. It's really weird because you're not even really thinking. You're just like banging out shit, and it's all working. So it's just working,
Yeah.
You're just laying it down, and then like take a break, and then boom, it happens, and then it happens, and it's like 3 good songs. It doesn't always happen like that,
Mhm.
But when it's like that, you're just kind of like vibrating or something. I'm writing real fast, So I don't know.
It's like hard to read. You're like, I don't know, what is this word?
Just real fast like that.
Well, a couple quick ones before we let you go. One, you guys are obviously getting bigger and bigger. Your music's amazing. Your fan base is always growing. And what do you guys have goals, or is it just like keep doing what you're doing, just keep chugging? We joked about the awards. Like, do you look at like, oh, I want to win a Grammy, or none of that shit matters? You just make good music, get your fans, make your fans happy, or are there bigger, like random kind of things you guys kind of look forward to?
Our main goal, is playing on the moon. We want to be the first band to play on the moon. So we actually got a small.
Mars. Elon Musk could probably get that shit set up, right?
That was a long trip.
Yeah. We'll die before we get there.
To be 55 years old.
Yeah, we actually had an opportunity, a small window there for a minute to where we could, we thought we were going to be able to play in space. Like it actually became a reality there for a minute.
Yeah.
And I turned chicken shit on everybody. I was like, man, I don't know if I really want to do that or not.
Yeah, that would probably be our main goal that we have left, I would say, is to play in space. Other than that, like the awards and stuff, you're grateful if you win it, but at the end of the day, I mean, we really don't give a shit about any of that, or walking down red carpets and stuff. I think something was really cool about this band is we never even thought about that stuff, man. We liked playing music, and we wanted to do it, and we kind of wanted to do what we've done. We always wanted to kind of be that independent band. We never wanted to have a certain defined genre, which is, I guess, really a testament about sticking to your guns, because it worked for us, and that's a pretty hard path to follow. But that's an achievement in itself. So I don't have any major goals. Just keep doing what you're doing,
I mean, you're one of the few.
Space.
You're one of the few bands, that has been able to achieve the kind of like gold and platinum records that, I mean, very, very few independent artists have. What is it, like you and Jinx, Tyler, like, is that maybe Isbell is like that kind of it in the like country rock world?
I don't know of a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm not aware. If there's a whole lot more than that, I'm not aware of it.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, that's a testament to you guys and your fans, and
we're still independent.
right.
Yeah.
And before we let you go, with the new album coming out in July, as a whole project, what could kind of the fans expect of that album? Are they going to be like, this is the Whiskey Myers I've always known and loved, or are they going to have some surprises in there that's going to kind of get people excited?
think it's gonna be surprising. We wanted to make them dance,
Nice.
Yeah.
so we want their asses dancing. There, I mean, of course, you have a couple of slow songs on there, but for the most part, man, it's hip hop, and it's the horns help with that, and the bass and stuff like that. But all that stuff's so fun. I think it's a little happier record for the most part. But yeah, we wanted to make them dance.
Well, we're gonna be dancing,
Cool.
and then we're gonna keep sharing the shit out of it and all the new releases.
There's even some like choruses and stuff like kind of behind you guys singing and stuff. It's a little bit of soul-ish kind of feel
Yeah.
in there. I dig it.
Yeah, the McCrary. Yeah, we had them on the last record too, and they're just pretty talented. I've never seen a group of girls practice a song for 5 seconds and then jump in the studio and sing it pitch perfect the first try. It's like,
Yeah,
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, boys, have a great show tonight. Have a safe weekend. Enjoy the bourbon. Can't thank you enough. We're huge fans, obviously, and the Whiskey Riff fans are massive fans of Whiskey Myers too. So it's awesome to see, and hopefully soon we can kind of get together and have some of that bourbon.
yeah, for sure. We'll send you some.
Awesome, boys.
Thanks
Cheers.
for having us.
Thank you. Enjoy
Cheers, guys.
Mexico.
Yeah, I have to go surfing.
Get a good tan, buddy.
Yeah, I need
See you
one.
guys.